Henry. Good fish. Well, g'day guys, welcome back to another episode. This one, hopefully, is a bit of an epic. I'm not, you might have noticed I'm not in my usual launching place in Coffs Harbour. I'm up at the beautiful Harvey Bay, launching out of Urangan Harbour. For this episode, I'm going over to Fraser. I'm going to go up the western side. I'm solo, obviously. I'm going to go up the western side to a place called Watumba Creek. Been there once before. It's about a 50k run up there. I'm going to camp overnight there to get up early in the morning and do the really long run up to Rooney's Point, which is the northwestern tip of Fraser, and hang a right-hander to the northeastern tip of Fraser, and then hopefully, swell permitting, I can get across the Breaksea Spit. It's a notorious piece of water. It's about 30 nautical miles long, and it's basically one long bar, and I think it's about almost a kilometre to get across it. There's 2 points, or sometimes 3 points, depending on the no mile. There's a no mile crossing, the 4 mile and the 13 mile. So I'm going to check out the 4 mile early. It's a bit dodgy because I know there is a bit of swell on. I'll go up to the 13 mile. Once I get through there, if I get through there, I'm going out to the Sandy Cape Shoals, where hopefully it's on. Because if you get this place on, it's some of the most mind-blowing fishing you're going to have to see. And we'll spend the day out there. I'm going to do a bit of everything, some jigging, some trolling, obviously, and I'll even bite the bullet and do some top water stick bait casting, which is not something I usually do. I'm far too old for it. But I bought some stick baits. I got the heavy gear, the PE8 outfit there. Let's see if we can go and get some bending done. But it's a cracking looking day. I'm down the harbour now, so I'm going to power across to the island before the wind picks up too much. Across what they call the Great Sandy Straits. Absolutely beautiful. If you ever get a chance, do yourself a favour, come up and visit Fraser Island. I particularly love this western side because it doesn't have all the, bloody bogans and Euro trash backpackers like the eastern side does, tearing up the beach and, ruin it. The western side, which hopefully I'll get to show you, is very peaceful. Righto. That behind me there now is Fraser Island. Aside from the fact it's absolutely beautiful, the watercolour's great. If you time it right and pick your weather windows and you come here with a south wind, this is your run. And when you're going to do 50 kilometres, you can be doing it in a sea like this, it makes all the difference. Absolutely beautiful. That's Fraser over there. So we've arrived at Watumba. We've arrived at the mouth of the creek, which is kind of just in there, pretty hard to see in the sun. It's low tide, so it's not a very friendly creek in terms of getting into anything other than high tide. You can just see I'm sort of... Could be in the Bahamas by the look of this water. Looks very bone-fishy, but anyway, I'm not stuck. I just don't think I'll be able to get in, so I might even sleep up on the beach or stay on the boat. I don't know yet. We'll just go and have a potter around and see if I can find a channel. This looks pretty shallow. So we're in the creek now. This is sort of your camping section just along here. Going a little bit further down. See the sand here. Really soft, aerated sand. Last time I was here, I saw about 7 boats sunk in the course of 2 weeks. What happens is the guys tie them off on the sand. When the tide goes out, boats get suctioned onto the sand. When it comes back in, it just sinks the boat. Try and find a nice little spot with a bit less slope. This is that soft sand I was talking about. You can see it really just does that. So a lot of people will just leave their boats like this overnight. And what happens is when the tide goes out, the sand suctions the boat. When the tide comes back in, doesn't release the boat. They fill up from the back end. They'll literally sink motors, entire boats. So best thing to do with this sort of stuff is once I'm set up, I'll show you. I will take the boat out a little bit, I'll anchor out there with the sand anchor, then I'll back her in to a reasonable level, tie her off to one of these trees here in the back, and hopefully I haven't anchored it in a depth that when I jump off the back step to finish for the night, it hits the Westfield Moors because this water's kind of cold. All right, let's unpack and get set up, and we'll move the boat. So we've all got our favourite spots in life. Don't get me wrong, I love home. I got this all to myself with Number Creek, which is a bit unusual. Usually there'd be half a dozen boats in here, blokes camping, but not all on each other's face kind of thing. But look at this. That's my camp spot here. So I was going to do the Lone Ranger thing, set up my little tent. Last time we were here, we had dingoes coming through, seagulls up in the trees here. But like I said, I'll square the boat away shortly. And I kept a couple of little yakkers that I found I caught out wider, because there's some horse laddies in here, so I'll throw a live bait out tonight. Unfortunately, I didn't get the mac tunes for a shark bait. Maybe a big yak or something like that. We might go and throw him out later on. But let's get set up first. I just want to show you the view off the front deck. So we're all set up. That's the Hilton Hotel for tonight. I'm only here for one night only. Doing a solo. Bloody good fun. But come for a walk. So how I explain this? With Number Creek, well, one side of it, the side I'm on, you can't get to by 4-wheel drive, which in some ways is an immense relief. It's boat only access. Bit of a peninsula that comes out. So you've got the creek on the western side, ocean over here, but it sort of faces a little bit northwest kind of thing. So it's one of the few places on the Australian eastern seaboard, for those of you watching overseas, where you get a nice ocean sunset. Have a look. And the beauty of it is seriously, aside from the dingoes, have it all to yourself if you time it right. Oh shit. It's not often I miss the missus on fishing trips because there's usually a lot of whinging and carrying on. But I do miss it here because this is one of the first holidays I ever boarded to in Australia. I was up here and she immediately fell in love with it. And how could you not? Because look at this. And I kid you not, there's no one here. Absolutely not a soul to be seen. And you'd swear that you were in Western Australia with that sun. She's going down over the ocean. Beautiful. Right, so back at camp, we're all set up. It's only an overnighter, so nothing flash. Just going to knock up a feed now. The body's settled in for the night. Might just give her a quick little readjustment before it gets really dark, but she'll ride well now on both sides. I'll put another rope to that log over there and it'll stop the arse swinging and hitting these logs. But like I said, it avoids, oh, GT's out there. It avoids the problem with sand suction. All right, crack a beer and Get a cook up going. So, aside from the propensity for swearing, that's where the similarities with GT's out there. That's where the similarities with Gordon Ramsay and I end. And I certainly cannot cook anywhere near his ability. But I'll tell you one thing, I'll take my kitchen over his any day. Mrs. keeps banging on to me about all these catch and cook stuff, survival bullshit on YouTube these days. Well, I don't do a survival because I'm coming with a bit of luxury. But I'll try and do some cooking stuff, even though I cannot cook to save myself. So, got some marinated pork loins here. This is marinated on last night for you, the adult. So you're interested in the marinade, some kind of mad Spanish thing, let me know in the comments and I'll get her to respond. And well, yeah, because this is bloody delicious, I will say that much. Fuck me. Sandfly Central, and go on the boat to get the Bushmans. For those of you who are overseas and don't understand, sandflies are an Australian thing. You can barely see them. Once they start, they're like a mosquito on steroids. So I was going to get some spray. So when you're cooking, obviously, don't get sidetracked by Trevally. Burst the fuck out of everything like I've just done. Like it's a fishing show, not a cooking show. And then, seriously, I'm not curing cancer here. All I'm going to do, it's actually going to be delicious though. This is baby spinach. I can do that in here. Get the sand off your avocado. So, as you see, I'm not really worried about presentation here. Gonna knock off that salad. You wouldn't know. You weren't in a 3-star Michelin bloody restaurant. Look at that. Like that on it. Getting off. Oh, they're eating me. There we go. Look at this. Have a go at that. There we go. Wasumba Creek marinated pork with avocado and sun-dried tomatoes on a bed of baby spinach, while GT feed manically in the background. Make a lovely evening glass off. Speaking of feeding manically, both the sandflies and I are going to eat. Let's do it. Got caught around my anchor rope. False alarm. Fish and piss, you should never do it. Well, there's a good fish down the forward for a good 5 minutes before I turned the camera on. That was my anchor rope, hang on. Yeah, they fight up, those anchor ropes. Oh, Jesus, righto. Oh, this is good. This is good. Righto guys, I don't know whether you're getting light or not at all, but that's me. I'm rooted. I was going to do some rigging up, but I'll do it first thing in the morning. I've got to get up at a sparrow's fart early to get out with the tide. Otherwise, my whole dreams of getting across Breaksea are not going to happen. So, good night for now. See you in the morning. Ready to stick bait. Let the dingoes get me first. See you tomorrow. We've just got the outer sandbar to go. I think we've got enough water. Peaceful though. Hey, this is Breaksea, and this is why caution is paramount. Hey, I know the GoPros never do it just for their 4 to 5 footers, and they are just endless, mile after mile of impenetrable surf. So you're really looking for these channels. And righto, so I've arrived at what's called the Sandy Cape Shoals. This is probably about as far as I'll push it out today. I just put lures in. I've got a Halco and a Laser Pro, Halco Laser Pro, and an old school Rapala CD on that side, redhead. Gonna work around the shoals a little bit, just see if I can find some bait school and dodge whales. Let's get a feel for the place first. Right, time out for a second, guys. Sorry to interrupt the episode. I'm in a bit of a conundrum here. We're halfway through the editing process now, and my problem is, and it's a good problem to have, I caught too many bloody fish. So I decided what I'm going to do to save you the boredom of sitting through all of them. I'm going to condense it down and put it into a compilation, and who doesn't love a good compilation? So here it is, a couple of hours of madness that I had over the Breaksea, and a couple of minutes of footage for you guys. Oh, 2 metres, straight on it. Fuck, that's all I was just trying to get the sunscreen out. Hey, Bob's your uncle. I'm too tired to wind them in, eh? Far out. Righto. Oh, the motoring. Okay. Oh, they're both good fish. That's ridiculous. Can't get that second rod out, as usual. And again. This is ridiculous. 2 minutes, 2 seconds, not 2 minutes. The max unit, I'm really, I don't know. Unbelievable. Just sat down. Kidding me? I'm still feeding this one out. Hey, look, this is what's happening all day. Are you kidding me? It's gone. It's gone. No, he's on there. There it is. That's why I'm trolling every day of the week. Ooh. I put in a holder. Look at that. Ah. This place is gold, eh? Right, I want to get. There, this is the last thing. Please don't be a back here. Oh, double hook up. Oh, double hook up. Oh, they're good fish. That one. Oh, they're good fish. Oh, yeah. This cannot be a mac tuna. This can't be a mac tuna, hey? There you go, first fish. I reckon that's a little sharky. Here's my friend. There you go. Nice little spanner. Not huge. Finally got one past the shark. Got the hooks to stay. You have to be kidding. Can't, just trying to feed out that second one here. Not possible. Look at this. I must have trolled 10 metres. Literally 10 metres. Too many fish. Oh, some of mine's been for me. Ridiculous. Both gone. Oh, what are you doing here? Yeah. Oh. There you go, yep. Both extremes of the ocean there, the sheer beauty of it. Beautiful humpback going through, and then a fucking mac tuna. Like the other one, it got eaten. There's a shark there. Shark right there. By target species. That's a bummer. That's exactly what we were chasing. Far out. See if we can do this. Get out there. Another spanner. Fuck it. Cool, look at it. Another little Fergal sharky. You don't come that wrong side, don't you, mate? Okay, do the side. Oh, there you go. Wasn't expecting that. Another Spanish. That's the 4th Spanish for today, I think. This place is unbelievable. Look at that. Line that one in. Thought I had to go off, but it was on and turned it off. So I think I got the strike. I think this is a Spano. I think this one off the top. Is it? How to fish top water when you're not fishing top water. Oh. Nice little fella. Nice as that. So it's winding that in, and you literally ate that on the top. Very entertaining, thank you, mate. Get you out of here. What is it? Spanish number 6. As I was saying, you've just got to sort through the rubbish. The quality fish are there. Hello, mate. Beautiful Queensland Spanish mackerel. Gotta love them. On lures. All day. All day. Okay, that started out as a mac tuna, finished as a shark. And that was it for me. I'm done. I'm gonna start the long run back home, go back into camp, pack up, and start the next long run back to the boat ramp. So we'll well, what can I say? Pretty amazing spot. And I'm a tourist out here, I have no idea what I'm doing. just apply some techniques that work at home, you know, just trolling lures. But certainly this place, once you got it wide, I shudder to think how good the fishing would be. All right, let's get going. Have a debrief over a beer when we get back. Going in, we're going to cross. I'm mad enough to admit that this is absolutely frightening. Being out here on your Pat Malone is not fun. It's really hard to make out this channel, hey? Everywhere I look, there's just white bombs going on. I'm already inside the surf zone, hey, but there's like another kilometre on that before we get clear. That's the last of it just there, like the inside bank. And you can see, like I'm 120 kilometres from the boat ramp, but that is like a metre deep in there. I don't know whether you can make that out with the far distance. That's the outside bank, about a kilometre between the two. But we are in. We are in. Now we've done a lot. Alright guys, so that is my take on Fraser Island. I hope you enjoyed that one. I love the western side. I reckon it beats the eastern side of Fraser hands down. That was my first time I've ever been out over the Breaksea Spit, and it is at once terrifying and extremely fulfilling. I don't think I've ever fished a more fishy place in my whole life. I think it's the middle of winter now, so it's really technically at its quietest. But to be here in February, March, January, when that warm current first hits that shoal area, holy Jesus. Definitely be back for that. Must be absolutely firing. But I would have counted over 100 whales today, and that's not an exaggeration. Just all day, groups of 3s and 4s going through. Not scared of the boat. And then sunset like this. But I've got a 50-kilometre run back now to the boat ramp. And that has been one hell of a mission. So, thank you for watching this episode. It's taken a bit to put together, expensive with fuel and all that kind of stuff. But the missus and I and the dog are on our Queensland honeymoon, says me, fishing. So we'll be keeping an eye on the channel. We'll be filming a few more episodes as we head further north, and hopefully you enjoy that. And we'll see you next episode. Fraser Island, do it if you can do it. Thoroughly recommended. Beautiful spot, even if you don't catch fish. Look at this. Righto, bye for now. I know I said see you next episode, but I had to stop for a quick fuel stop. How good is this glass off? So that's Fraser behind me. Kind of halfway back now, I'm almost there. How's the sunset? I mean, look at that. Cracking. Sunset over the ocean. But I do recommend if you do this trip, make sure you plan your fuel properly. But this glass out, I can't believe it, wow. This is why you fish for, hey? Sometimes it's not just the fish, not even the fish. Today, I would have been happy even if I didn't catch anything. As it turns out, it's pretty mental for midwinter fishing, but just seeing the amount of whales I saw, the satisfaction out of successfully doing a mission like that, 120 k's out, 120 k's back solo, crossing the Breaksea Spit, 1 kilometre bar from one side to the other. Harrowing at times, but so worth it. Yeah, we get a little bit philosophical here, but coming back then, saw my fuel gauge, like shit, I'm gonna have to stop throwing one more tank in. But glad I did, eh? So I was forced to stop, shut the motor off for a second, and just bang. Overwhelmed with the tranquility of it all. Can't get over it. Except for the guzzling 20-litre fuel tank there in the background. But it is beautiful. Except for that. Wow. What a glass out. Come on.